Yes, students, good morning. Today we are going to discuss about unsupervised learning. Yes, here before we have gone through supervised learning, and this unsupervised learning also one kind of learning algorithm which comes under the artificial intelligence and machine learning. And what is unsupervised learning? You just think about the literal meaning of unsupervised. That means what? From the name itself we can come to understand that is unsupervised, without supervision the monitoring has done. Okay, so the same principles is applied in this machine learning algorithm, that is unsupervised learning. Yeah, here we have the definitions. The first, unsupervised learning in artificial intelligence, it is a type of machine learning that learns from data without human supervision. Kindly noted, this is the very important thing, that is unsupervised in the sense without human supervision, right? And unsupervised machine learning models are given unlabeled data. Also, it is a very notable one, unlabeled data. And already we have discussed about supervised learning. We knew that in supervised learning the input, it may be the labeled data, but here what kind of input or what kind of data we are feeding to the machine learning, it is unlabeled data. It will not label it. That labeling in the sense what? Naming. For example, this is the vegetable, this is the fruits, and likewise we need to name it as per the categorize. Okay, here in unsupervised learning we are not going to label anything. So unsupervised machine learning models are given unlabeled data and allowed to discover patterns and insights without any explicit guidance or instructions. So the machine does not need any guidance, also the instruction. They themselves, it will analyzed based upon its own intelligence, as well as the algorithm processing of process with the help of processing algorithms. This is called unsupervised learning. Next, unsupervised learning, also known as unsupervised machine learning, uses machine learning algorithm to analyze and cluster the unlabeled data set. These algorithms discover hidden patterns or data grouping without the need for human intervention. So this is a very important thing, that is why it is repeatedly coming. That is the main point, without human intervention. Okay, and this you just view this slide, that is the latest advancement in deep unsupervised learning models have enhanced this capability, enabling more nuanced understanding of complex data set. Here what does it nuanced in the sense, it's a particular, that is it's very particular in deep monitoring. That is why it's also named as deep unsupervised learning. So in the latest trend, supervised learning and unsupervised learning, this is comes under machine learning. And this deep unsupervised learning, we can go to the deep learning process. Okay, and some example, day-to-day life example where we are using this unsupervised learning, that is cybersecurity, customer segmentation, fraud detection, recommendation engines, medical imaging, genetic research. So we can see this example, cybersecurity is obviously the cybersecurity process nowadays. This is the cryptocurrency and Bitcoin, all those things. We need a cybersecurity, as well as in the defense application purposes. And customer segmentation, wherever the data we have huge data, in that we need the customer segmentation process. And fraud detection, and likewise recommendation engine, what kind of engine or supplements we need to recommend in the industrial automation, medical imaging, genetic research. Why these examples comes under unsupervised learning? That means we are not going to label any data to the system input. Okay, so it will do the reactive response. It will make based upon the input, it will do the reactive process. We are not going to fed, and that is it will not work as a proactive process. It will do the reactive process after the input. What are the input we are feeding into the machine. Okay, and see the picture, it is unlabeled data, machine, and results it is represented. So while noticing the picture itself, we can get some knowledge, that is what the unlabeled data it has mentioned. These are shapes, okay. Some shapes we are given like rectangle, rounds, a pentagon, triangle, and these are the shapes here mentioned, but they didn't mention or they didn't label the name, which is rectangle or which is circle. Nothing is mentioned. And these data is fed to the machine, that is machine learning algorithm. Unsupervised learning we are feeding, then we will get the results as a rectangle, rounds, and what is pentagon, hexagon. Likewise it will be grouped, and this is called, in unsupervised learning, this is called the clustering. Clustering, it is what? Clustering, it is a group of similar data, that is called clustering. And one more detailed example we can see in this video, that is you just see the image, that input raw data I am making here. Input raw data, here elephant, camel and cows are there, and unsupervised learning, it will make the interpretation, that is unknown output. We didn't train any data here before, that is the no training data set, and the algorithm is there. The algorithm, what the algorithm will do, already we mentioned the clustering and the prediction analysis, all those things. We have so many algorithm behind the unsupervised learning, like k-means algorithm. So based upon the algorithm, it will process the data, process the unlabeled data, okay. After the processing will be done, finally the output will come. So the elephant category is something, and camel and cow. So this is how the unsupervised learning process is happening. So this image shows the set of animal, elephant, camel and cows, that represents raw data that the unsupervised learning algorithm will process. So now we knew about supervised learning and unsupervised learning as a basic thing, and coming to the algorithm, we will see in very detailed manner in future, that is the forthcoming units. We will see the algorithm in detailed manner. So now you are aware about what is supervised learning and what is unsupervised learning. Now we will compare the unsupervised and supervised learning based upon objective to approximate a function that maps inputs to outputs based on the example input-output pairs, and here unsupervised to build a concise representation of the data and generate imaginative content from it, because unlabeled data are the inputs, but in the case of supervised learning, labeled data are the input, okay. So, and coming to the accuracy, high accuracy and reliable, already we knew the input data type, the feeder data, so the accuracy will be reliable. Less accuracy and reliable. And complexity, coming to the complexity, it is the simplest method and computationally complex. And classes, number of classes is known, that is coming to the supervised learning. And unsupervised learning, number of classes is unknown. And while noticing the output in the supervised learning, the desired output value, also called the supervisory signal, no corresponding output value. Why the comparison seems unsupervised learning is unpredicted? Because we are not feeding any data as a labeled data. The system may not understand what kind of data they are feeding, okay. That is why the complexity increases in unsupervised learning. Though the complexity increases, but some hazardous situations and unpredicted analysis applications, these unsupervised learning are very much helpful for our human beings. That is why we are preferring the unsupervised learning for those circumstances. Hope you all understand. Hope you all understood about the unsupervised learning, how it works and how the process is happening. Thank you for your passion listening.